Cool. Thank you so much. And I should have done this before we started pressing play. I will spend an hour jacking your name up because I'm exhausted. So I want to make sure Naima, right? Am I
Naima.
saying it
Yep,
right?
yep, you are.
Okay, okay. And I will go. I'm telling you, we would spend an hour, and you would get off so mad with me, like this stuff. Like how many years is she up here saying my name wrong the whole time? I've done it before.
I'm so
And that
used
day,
to
I
it.
was
Like
so.
I just correct because I'm
But
so used to it.
I hate it because my mom named me something unusual. So, like, I
Mhm.
know what it's like to have someone jack up your name. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's not. You're not even close. What are you doing?
Like I remember when I worked at the bank, and they would send me to training, and I mean I'm the only Naima. Well, I'm always the only Naima, but of course, like I'm the only Naima and black person there. So I'm like, I would get a name tag. Everybody else would be really easy, but I'd write like Naima and then phonetically spell it underneath.
Wait, but I've done
You have no
phonetics and
excuse.
people still get it wrong.
And they still
It's
get it
just,
wrong.
I don't
I'm
know what
like,
it is.
that is a long I. You see the little hyphen of a long I.
With my name, people like how we were brought up saying what is it? I before E, but
Yeah.
my name actually is spelled E before I. So people
Mhm.
like to correct my name like we didn't know what we were doing. Like my mom
Like,
didn't
like
pick
that ain't been your name
specifically.
your whole life.
I'm like, no, you're wrong. And there was a period I think in my teens, like 13, 14, where I used to get exhausted with people. So I would actually put kind of drag out the end so they thought there was an A at the end of my name. Because I'd be like, Lisa. And they're like, oh, Lisa. And I'm like, no, there's no A. Where are you getting that?
Like it's just
But I realized it was my exasperation.
wrong.
Yeah, just nonsense. um, but I want to welcome everyone in. This is my first podcast and video recording that I'm doing. I'm trying some new things for 2024. I've been talking to y'all in emails about this for the entire year. And I couldn't pull myself together to do it. And now we're going ahead. I have the new soundboard, have my setup here, and we're going to get into some podcasting. I have with me Neo, and I'm
Naima.
gonna mess up anyway. We just had a whole conversation about saying names right, and I'm still about to jack up her name.
I was like, you got it, girl. You got
Naima Simone. And I have a collection of her books. I could probably go dig some more out back from back
oh,
there.
nice. I mean, from
But
you,
I
that is
wanted
such a huge compliment. I'm gonna be smiling like the rest of the night. Like my temp is
this one is from the Rosebin series. And I know there's a
Mhm.
Christmas book that why can't I ever figure this out? There we go. I know there's a Christmas book coming soon. Is it Christmas or
Oh
do
yeah,
they just
it's
have
the
holiday
Christmas
things
book
behind it?
came out. Did it come out last year? I want to say it came out last year. So there's a
Okay,
Christmas book
that's
in the
not what I've
store.
been eyeing. There's a TikTok and
Oh,
he's a husband.
that's
Um,
the husband situation comes out January 1st.
yes.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
is what I've been eyeing, and I'm like,
That's
yeah.
right. There's another Christmas book in the series. That's so terrible. That's so bad.
I do it all the
Oh,
time.
it's
Someone asked
terrible.
me, "Well, when is Jordan coming?" And no, was it Jordan? Because I have two Jordans from two separate pen names. But there was one particular. They were asking me about my MM pen name, and they
Yeah.
mentioned the Karen. I was like, "Who is
Who
that?
that?
What are you talking about?" I'm like, "I have no idea what you're talking about."
And it's like you write so many, and really the book that is front and center in your head is either the one you're writing or the one that you're promoting. But that's not even true because I
Exactly.
just forgot the one I was promoting. But the ones that like the books and the heroes and the heroines and anybody else character names from like books in the past, you're like, I don't know them.
I had no idea who she was talking about. I was like, "Who?
I'm like,
What?"
what happened in the book?
Oh. and when she said, what series it was from, I was like, oh, I was like, oops.
I do the same thing. I do, and it sounds crazy since you wrote the book, but I will
Yeah,
forget a
yeah.
title. I will stumble over a title. I do not forget what happened in the book, but names, titles, it's then the further back you
Oh my
go, it's
gosh.
like I don't know them.
I think that we agreed that we were going to talk about series writing and
Yeah.
how we try to catch up with all of that. Because it's I think I'm at like
Oh God, I can't even count you.
13 series across, but
Goodness
I and
gracious.
into 70 books at this point.
Yes.
And
And your
I don't think
series
that's
like
counting
go
the other
like
10 names.
this. I'm like,
Mhm.
I have no clue how you keep track. And I'm gonna be like here, like writing notes. Cause my like your series will go for like a lot of books. Me, I'm like, listen,
Yeah, yeah.
4 is my limit.
You know what? I got into the 4 thing once I went hybrid. I was like, this might be smarter to do because 7 brothers. Like who told me to do that? Where we get that from?
I don't know math. I don't know graphs. I don't know any of that. Like, I purposely chose a social science major in college so I wouldn't have to deal with any math or science, any
Right, right.
graphs, numbers, period. And here I go. And I need like a serious chart or whatever to keep track. No, actually, like the Rosebin series, it's going to have like 6 books, but also 6 novellas. So it's like you got to keep track of like all.
Oh,
Can I tell you, whenever I start one, no, ain't even start. I could be in the middle of one and I have like the rest of the books open in Word with that search bar.
yes, ma'am.
I don't remember
I'm
whose
gonna tell you
eyes, what color. I don't know
that
none of
I
that.
can remember sometimes. I'm gonna give you a couple of clues. Had I had set up so I can show everyone, but
Please
mm.
do, because I'm serious when I say I'm taking notes. Like, look, I got a note. Wait, go this way. I got a notepad
Hold on, let me get the notebook I'm looking for. Hold on.
because you are the master.
Forgetting
You
that it's a
have
podcast, so I
memorized.
totally went quiet without realizing rolls off. I'll tell you,
We
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 are batting 1,000 here.
we do
But it's
we do
okay.
I
It's
do
okay.
a
We're gonna work
podcast
with
with
it.
Lisa Baker, and thank God for editing because between her husband and my husband will be on there sometimes as guests, and his between his mouth and my mouth, like the editing button is for real. And then the way we just go off on tangents. So I
Oh,
get
I
it.
will drop a F-bomb in a heartbeat and be like, "What? What happened?"
Why the record scratch?
So, and I do that too.
It's okay, now I'm gonna start. Like now that I started, I'll be able to stop. It's like,
So when I first started, um, I I really didn't realize how important Bibles, series
yeah,
Bibles,
yeah,
and calendars and all of that are. Um,
yeah.
as I hit 40,
And the brain cells started to.
just had to learn some stuff. It was
Then
like,
your body started to do different things, and the brain cells, brain cells started.
I couldn't use my hands for the year I turned 40. Both of my hands gave out on me.
Oh
So
my
that's why
gosh!
my publishing slowed down because I couldn't even pick anything up. Like I'm really just
Wow.
getting back into, being able
Yeah,
to type,
man.
lift things around the house. I pick something up and be like, "Oh, yay." So 40 came in like a wrecking ball, like, "Oh, yeah." I found out I needed glasses. Didn't even realize I was blind.
Found out I needed stronger glasses.
Wait.
I found a lot of things in my 40s, like a lot.
So it was time to renew my license, and I go to the eyeglass place, and she pulls the thing. She pulls it, tells me to read the letters, and I'm like A B C D, and so confident, saying it with my chest. She flips the little thing down, and I'm like,
Where those letters go?
"What's
That's
yeah? What's that? Because that is
like
not what
your
I just
chart
read."
wrong.
I was so hurt and heartbroken because I've had 2020 all my life. I was like, what happened?
Uh-uh. 40
Somebody take me
hits, and
somewhere
it's
else.
like just kiss all of that goodbye. Just
Man,
Oh,
listen. And then it
so
was like a
true.
couple of days later was when my hand stopped working. It was like, oh, hell no. Whose
Yeah.
consciousness is this? We're not doing this. I was so angry. But I had to get myself together because I love to write. Like
Yeah.
writing is how I breathe.
We need you.
So I had to
Oh my
figure some
god.
things out. And one of the things was calendars and notebooks. I get these from
Ooh,
mm, mm, mm.
look.
I get these from oh boy, me and this camera. I get these from Amazon and they
Yeah.
sell them in like um they're Simply Genius and they come in 4 packs
Ooh, simply.
and they have multiple colors. So if you want to get them per series for color per series or something,
Yeah.
you can do that. I have these, I have pink ones, I have black, I have gray, I have quite a few.
You know I'm
So we
writing
have
that
those.
down. I'm ordering it
Those are
tonight.
the 8. I think those are the what's that? Because they have the little pocket ones. Make sure you stay away from the pocket ones. When
Yeah,
it
that's
looks like it's too many and too good to be true,
yeah, it
they're
is.
small.
That's not gonna do a thing
And
for me.
these are the A5 leatherette journal lined paper. They have lined and they have dotted. So make sure that you're
Okay,
getting the
fine.
lines if
Yeah,
the dots are gonna drive you crazy.
they are. I'll start seeing things and the dots everywhere.
Those grids.
Yeah, it is
And
what it
then
says. No math.
so
Oh, I love it already.
okay. These are happy planners, but I'm trying to find the Dollar General calendars because I think they would be easier. Like flat calendars, flipping
Yeah,
through all these pages is becoming difficult.
I
This
love
is my
having
King of
fun.
Nights calendar. They don't
Yeah,
need dates as much, but I decided to do one anyway because it's 6 books, and I was
yeah.
like, you're gonna need it." So I also have the calendars. This one is dateless. They don't put the months in it for you. They give
Mhm.
you stickers, and then you can add your little stickers on the tabs. Why do I keep trying to show you stuff knowing that I'm struggling? But they have the tabs. I just wanted you to see that they have the tabs that you can put in place wherever you want. Um, I started this once I did the Work Husband series because those were really difficult because I
Mhm.
went from telling the beginning and then had to go all the way back in the last book was telling you all the filling in all the holes. So I
Yeah.
really needed to have that calendar to be able to get through that one. And there are spin-offs I'm considering for that series. So the calendar would be
Oh,
helpful
yeah,
if I decide to
definitely.
branch out. Um, I think that's all that I have here in front of me. The calendars, the notebooks are important because my husband and I have wonky hours,
Yeah.
and I have really I'm a Cancer baby, July baby.
Ooh, oh, I'm a Cancer June though, like June 24th. So it's like the end.
Oh, okay. So I have really see, this is why we related that day when I was like, "I'm not going outside. I don't go anywhere." I have pulled into myself so much
I
that
have.
the
And
basic stuff isn't
it's
getting done.
bad, but I'm okay with it. Like, I know people say
Yes.
it's bad, but I'm like, I'm okay with it. Like, literally, my pastor called me and he was like, I'm taking you to breakfast because otherwise you're not you don't come out that house. I'm like, that's fair. Yes. And we
I
had to
live
like
in my head.
reschedule breakfast because I'm gonna find a reason not to come out the house.
Listen, y'all, I had her pick the day and time because I knew I wasn't gonna do it if she didn't. I mean, we've been trying to hook up for what is it, like a year or
We have
2?
been, yeah.
And
We
I
have
knew if she
been.
didn't pick the day, it wasn't gonna happen. I was gonna come up with all types of excuses.
We are
Like,
so much alike. Oh my God. I
I was cackling last night because even though I wear the wigs and y'all have never seen my natural hair, no one has. No one. Unless you are my masseuse or my facialist or my husband, you have never seen my hair. So, but the thing is, I don't, I'm weird. I had to wash my hair and freshly braid down my hair underneath
yeah.
to do this. Otherwise, I would have felt weird. Like
Oh,
I've
I
put on
get it.
perfume for you. You can't smell me, but I have on perfume for you
Listen,
as my wig is
you
done.
can't tell, but I actually have some makeup on, and I put on, like, a sweater because before we got on, like 15 minutes before we got on, I still had on my pajamas. So I put on a sweater, like, one earring because it's like nobody can see it, and, like, lipstick. I still got my pajama bottoms on, but from the top up, girl, this is all for you.
I probably would have had on pajamas too, but I have a habit of I'll get up just like I had to roll away and get the notebook. I'll get
Yeah,
up and you'll see everything.
everything.
I'm like those commercials
That's
with the
true.
people that are on the work meetings and they get up and you can see
Yeah.
they have no pants on.
Just
That's me
you're right. You're right. I might need to
all day.
consider that.
Talk about editing. I'd have to chop this up
I know, it's
seriously.
like, girl, shift the camera up because nobody need to see what's going on from the way down. It ain't pretty for nobody.
But how do you feel have you found coping mechanisms for the fact that you are good with being within yourself and being home, knowing that can live in your book world? Because
Mhm.
I'm getting the sense of that you are living in your book world as much as I do. Because I've been seeing you promoting dropping books. Um, what is it? Savage or Ravage?
It's like
Where am
Ravage
I?
was like last year.
Okay,
Yeah, it's like To Conquer a Bride. I just came out, her best kept
right,
secret. I mean, an Off Limits merger, and then Please Don't Go Girl. Like that was just since September. So, and then the whole
right.
situation comes out like January. But yeah, I'm not I guess like for me, like my coping mechanisms are like reading because we were we were readers long before
That's
we
still
were writers.
not pushing you to get with people.
I
That's still solitude.
It's like I love a book, and listen, I'm the person that when my husband makes me go out, I still have either my Kindle or a book because I'm gonna find a corner and I'm gonna hold up. Like I can only socialize for so long before I get antsy.
Listen, I almost fought this girl and we went to Applebee's. I'm okay with going to Applebee's or Cheesecake Factory. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
So we went
Oh,
to
like, oh,
Applebee's
yeah, me
and
too. I have
I was okay with having where was I going? Oh, I had my phone on the table because I was actually trying to pull the scenes I needed to finish the book I was in. I think this was
yeah,
around when I was finishing Helix. So I'm reading through the books to find the things. Thank you. I'm reading through the book to find the things I need, and the waitress is looking at me like she mad because I'm on a date and I'm reading, and my husband's like, you know what? Do that. Read them books because we can write that off as a business expense. Mine's business shorty. But she's really hot. Like she out of work and I'm on a
like,
date, but I'm not giving him attention. I was about to snatch her. I was like, listen,
she don't know what y'all got going on. She don't know your situation and what you got going on. I'd be like, just serve the cheesecake. Just serve it.
her vibe was just funky. I was like,
Girl,
this.
well, nobody needs your commentary on how this is going. Just serve the food.
We
But
lucky I'm outside.
you remind me of me and my husband because I like when we go out, I if he goes to the bathroom, my book coming out. Like if he's like ordering and I already have my order, my book's coming out. Like at this point, we've been together for like what 20, been married 23 years, married, been together 25. He knows me. Even before I was a published author, I had my books out. Like he knows me. And when he makes me go to things, you got like a good half hour of socialization for me, and then I'm gonna be at the table with my book out. you
Yes.
just let your friends know I'm not being rude. But I think reading really is my that and a lot of Lord of the Rings rewatch. Lord of the Rings is my comfort movie. It is my space. And like I love so that in like books because I don't have a problem being by myself. I really don't.
Right. It's
And
funny because my mother-in-law's birthday is the day after mine. And we were talking a few weeks ago. She called me up and she was like, do you still craft? that used to be my thing.
Yeah.
I would sew some pillows,
Oh,
make the casing and stuff the pillow with like
mm,
paintings.
yeah.
That was my jam. She was like, "You still craft?" And I was like, "Oh." and then, and then
Okay.
I was like, "Oh, okay." And I said something to her, and she was like, "But I'm okay with not going outside or talking to anybody." I realized that my husband likes to talk
Mine
during the
too.
pandemic.
Mine
And I didn't
too.
like, I knew he did, but I didn't realize, "Oh, you can't go outside, so you have to talk to me like a person.
Like,
I gotta figure this out."
he
And I
came
had to become social.
I had to talk to him because, like, before the pandemic, he worked at his office, right? Because he works at a bank. When the pandemic, he came home and worked from home, and he ain't been back since. Like, now they figure, oh, it's cheaper to have them work at home. We don't have to pay for like this large building. So he's been home since then, working from home. And I'm like, oh, so we got to talk. Like, we gotta. I can't just stay in the office or in my room. Like, when I go past to get coffee, I'm gonna have to speak. Oh, okay, all right. This is
That was so funny. I just
yeah.
did a workshop, and one of the what would you call it? The teacher? Yes. Oh, no, she wasn't the she was invited. What's the word I'm looking for? An author who can't find words. Um,
That is not unusual.
facilitators, one of the teachers.
Yeah,
She was saying that in our line of work, family members see us come out and open a laptop, and it's like that is a green light for them to
to
talk.
talk.
They don't get it. And
Oh,
it's like like you're supposed to stop what you're
talk.
doing so they can
Yes,
talk to you. And it's like,
it's true. I've seen it.
no.
It's happened to me. Like, that is so true. Same thing with a book. Like, it's because they, I don't know what it is, but it's like, oh, you're not busy. You're just reading, or oh, you're not busy. You're
That
just
right
writing.
there.
You can stop. I'm like, this is my job.
And
And if
every
I'm
minute,
reading,
every
I miss a
word
break from my
counts.
job. Goodness, it's like every single word count. And if I'm distracted and I go back to the book, I might not remember exactly how I wanted to say something, and that frustrates
Like
me.
those salespeople who call wanting to sell you solar panels and
Oh my god,
I was
long
just
hair.
in the middle of a thought. Get off my phone. Shut up.
And they don't know
I
how
don't
to
want
take
it.
no for an answer.
Right. I don't want it. And I have 0 tolerance anymore. So I just start yelling. Like, get off my effing phone. I'm in here.
I think
Fucking
it's
it's
something.
mine. Go away.
I think that comes with age too, because I remember you like even like 3 years ago, I don't think I could have did it. Like, I'm nice to a fault with them, even when I have clearly said no, and you're still being pushy. Like, I
Yeah.
would still listen to the whole spiel and like try to get it like, okay, no, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. But now I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not interested. And they keep talking, click.
Right?
Like,
Don't try to talk over me. I just told you I'm not interested. I'm being polite. I asked you how your day
that's
was.
what happened before.
They a trip.
Yes.
But it's
I'm
like the whole world doesn't realize that this is every minute counts. We're doing something in that. Even when I'm sitting idle and you don't hear my fingers clicking, I'm in the book watching it.
Mhm.
Like I'm watching the movie happen. So my husband gets it, but it's when and
I
I
mean,
think that's one of the reasons I'm having a hard time coming back out of my shell and going back out in public. Because where he gets it, he knows what it looks like when I
yeah,
zone out.
yeah.
Like I get a blank look on my face.
Mhm.
I'm not being rude. It's just they got
You're in your
taken
head
over.
and you're thinking.
Right. And I'm watching what's going on. So it's like, okay, I hear you buzzing, but don't you see my face? I'm vacant. I'm gone. Like, stop buzzing, please. It's not to be rude. I'm just things are going on, but busy here. Like, stop buzzing. And
Oof.
now
Yeah,
my outs going out, getting out of the house was grocery shopping, a massage, a facial.
yeah, but like one
Running.
of those things you can do in the now from the house. Like, I used to go pick up food right? Like go pick up food, grocery shopping. DoorDash is now like it has eliminated all need of that.
But see, listen, this is how what I told you has happened started to happen. My car is sending me notifications to my phone to tell me that the battery is dying because I haven't driven it.
You haven't driven it.
So I have to at least go get some groceries or something because I don't want to kill the entire car because
It's
I
so
won't
true.
leave the house.
No, it's so
So my
true.
husband has been going to get gas, or he'll alternate between cars to go to the store so
Yeah.
that my car is being used because I will sit in here. Everything I need is in here:
It
books, pens,
food,
notebooks.
no, like TV, like, music. Like now that my daughter's coming home tomorrow from it's her first year of college and she's coming home for Christmas break tomorrow. That car is going to see more action than it has seen in months since she left.